Hey everybody, it's Monday, April 7th, and this is a pop-up. Let me define pop-up. A pop-up is when there's so much news going on that I think that it's worthwhile to take a few minutes, 10 to 12, to just go over a couple of the things. Just a lofty task, believe me. Which is why we have PNN on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern, if you want to join us for what really essentially is a brouhaha of psychic readings on the political news. So, welcome if you're new. It's a cold and rainy day in Massachusetts, and it's kind of like the country feels the same. What I want to ask today, right now, is, as it feels like you're on a carnival ride and you're on a roller coaster and you just went over the crest of the hill and right? That's what it feels like is happening to our country right now. So, the question I have on my mind is, now that it's hit the economy really hard to the tune of being at the risk of heading into a Great Depression. They make me laugh when they try to blame it on Biden. It's like one of the greatest presidents in United States history who created an economy that was the envy of the world. Things were booming in a really good way. They weren't booming like destructively. They were on the up and up and up. And if Kamala Harris was in the White House right now, we'd all be like singing praises about how good things were, except for the MAGAs. Let me just make that very clear. Except for the MAGAs, and except for mainstream media, which we could not get a handle on the misinformation until the loser stole the office again and just affected everybody with this. So just keep in mind that if Kamala was in the White House right now, she'd be up against the same thing that Joe Biden was up against. Maybe not so much saying that she has dementia, but the DEI, there would have been so much. And I'm not saying that we're better off. I'm just saying, isn't it interesting the way the universe works? To make sure the truth is revealed in the most obvious ways. So, I'm going to ask, are the MAGA Republicans in Congress really just going to stand by and go, oh, well, we're all hurting because, all our constituents are going to want to throw stones at us? Yes, I'm sure they already are. And plus their own 401ks or whatever they have, or their own family's 401ks, I'm sure they're fine with their pensions or whatever they get from being in Congress. But everything gets affected. The billionaires get affected. Bezos gets affected. Amazon, I quit. It wasn't that hard. It was easier than I thought it would be. Because it had just become a habit. If I needed something, I would just get it right away. But now I'm just more resourceful. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. But don't think for 1 second that the billionaires that want to just get more and more and more and more, don't think that they're not fuming. Because they're habituated to having their earnings go up and all these tax breaks. So let's just see if the MAGA Republicans in Congress are going to just let this keep going. Queen of Wands, 7 of Cups. They're going to try. They're going to, okay, we're going to see, I love the 7 of Cups card. It's like tea leaf cups. They're going to attempt to gaslight about this for a little more time. They're going to see if they can ride the gaslighting wave. The gaslighting being, we see what's going on right in front of our eyes, and many people are feeling the pain of having lost their federal jobs, and having lost their savings. The Queen of Wands coming in tells me that there are going to be some female judges that come in. And speaking of that, the judge in North Carolina whose opponent is attempting to throw out over 65,000 votes in North Carolina for the Supreme Court election, she won. And I actually feel like, because that Judge Griffin is trying to say she didn't win and throw out over 665,000 votes, the Queen of Wands is telling me that that case there is going to kind of set a ball in motion, rolling. Like, I see justices stepping in more. As far as the MAGA Republicans in Congress, I see a little bit of a logjam because they are so used to gaslighting the public that they're not sure what else to do. But I will ask the pendulum too. The King of Swords indicates that some powerful man, I'm trying to think of who that would be because it feels like a Democrat, is going to kind of throw it in the MAGA Republicans' faces and say, I get there's going to be a little bit of a come to Jesus moment, not out of morality, mind you. Is this a Democrat who I'm seeing? Okay, so I'm seeing a Democrat. Okay, is it more than one that the King of Swords represents? It's more than one Democrat. Okay, so Democrats coming together to really put in the MAGA Republicans' faces what's going on. And after a little bit more of that, I do feel that there will be a shift. But from the present moment in time, today, the MAGA Republicans are planning to continue to gaslight. It's going to be a big squeeze on them. So let's ask this. When it gets to be just too much pressure all around, are they going to... Yeah, so I'm getting the MAGA Republicans are going to cave. They're going to cave. It's just not going to be today. And I see the tariffs bouncing all over the place. Just no order. Just absolute. I mean, if the Dumpy is good and genius at anything with his great big brain that everybody wants, according to him, everybody wants that great big brain like he has. If they just keep doing this, it's remarkable how much chaos. He's really genius at creating MAGA chaos, right? So let's choose 3 cards, even though I need some tea. Even though it's boggling my brain today. It really is. Let's choose 3 cards about, even though they're not the nefarious cards, I'm not using those right now. About whether the Orange Buffoon has lost his mind. He has the LA Dodgers at the White House. He's talking about baseball. The whole economy is crashing. Not just the United States economy, the world economy. There's no way, nobody can, not recognize that we're not interdependent, right? So, and he's talking about his golf game. Oh my God. I'm not going to make this too long because we're meeting again tonight. I'm actually pulling 3 cards about his mind. Yeah. Just so you know. The Hermit indicates that he's feeling very, as far as his brain, I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny. What is funny is not the dementia. What's funny is the way that they're just pretending like we don't notice. But, with the very, very sad disease of dementia, what's happening with him, he shouldn't be in that position. We all know that. Even if we were just talking about being mentally agile enough to be able to handle it, he's not the man for the job. Even from that very basic level, he's not smart enough. And so what's happening with the dementia is it's like the walls are closing in. And he's very uncomfortable, so he keeps going to these very trite subject matters, like golf and baseball. And if you listen to him, I recommend Mary Trump, because she puts a baby voice on him and it makes it funny. At least it makes you laugh. Four of Cups, the MAGA Republicans are not making enough of an opportunity here, taking the opportunity to do something about this, which would be better for them. And I also do get here that the Democrats could be doing more to highlight this. The man has dementia. He's not making any sense, and he's crashing the world economy. Are you really not going to do something immediately? Because this is an emergency. The Ace of Cups says, yes, there will be something that does occur that does shift this because of his mental state. It's called Article 25. We'll look at tonight. We'll look at that. Let me just quickly ask, will Article 25 be invoked? That's interesting. It's saying yes. It's at least being discussed. Okay, so before I go, I just want to say that I have this idea, and what I want to call it is the turbo meditators. I want to get about 10 to 15 people to agree that they'll do a guided meditation that I provide every day. And I'll make the guided meditation, and every day, and the meditation is about getting the evil out of our government. And we're going to start with him. So I'll be asking for volunteers for that. We'll just do that at PNN tonight. But it's like a turbo meditation group that we do the meditations on our own, but we just make a commitment that we will do them daily. All right. That's it for the pop-up. I hope it wasn't too crazy. And I'll see you tonight at 7. Please tell your friends. I'll be on right at 7 Eastern Time. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if you have time today, check out Church of Spirituality from yesterday. It was those are very, very potent services. They really are. Okay, I've spoken too long. Namaste. See you soon.